Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli and this is Vigorelli Institute. Now, last night I watched Tropic Thunder for the very first time. I rather enjoyed it. I mean, it's not going to be my favorite movie of all time. Definitely a comedy, also I may have been a bit too close. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, Tropic Thunder is a satire, okay? It is about a Hollywood movie production team filled with Hollywood actors and Hollywood people that are trying to make a war movie about an alleged event in Vietnam. They're making this in early 2000s or so. So they got all the pyrotechnics and tech of the 2000s, but that's not really the know-how of how to do anything, because it's at this point that the millennials are starting to come in. It's mostly later Gen X. Anyway, so the Hollywood actors don't know anything, and they think they're perfect. Also, their movie roles are basically their defining characteristics of their personalities. Stop me if I'm getting warm. So, Tom Cruise plays a producer. This guy's overweight. He's balding, got a comb over. He looks terrible, and boy does he have a temper. He is like mean. He swears every other word. He's violent, threatens people, all this. Yeah, sounds like a producer. They have a director. He's brand new. He's British, of course. And, well, he has a bad day in the movie. Yeah, steps on a little plot of ground and goes poof. Yeah, I can't say much more than that. YouTube will get very upset with me, but that's all I can say. Okay? So, the actors, played by Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., Jack Black, the one skinny kid who always plays, the nerdy, skinny guy, from anything basically from the noughts into the 2010s, is there, and some other guy that I can't remember. I think he plays A-Train, but I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on. They don't know anything. And they're incorporating complete anachronisms into this movie that would never have been there in the 70s. And since I do know history, especially Vietnam history, no. Anyway, not important. That's not the focus. The focus is how these actors go through the filming of this movie in an attempt to actually make the movie, because this thing's going to flop, and every single one of them has their careers riding on it. Jack Black's character is your stereotypical fat, stupid comedian who's addicted to candy. Okay? He actually did a series of movies about farting. See, there was a movie series that came out called The Crumps. It was done by Eddie Murphy, and basically Jack Black just, it's a racial swap with Eddie Murphy, and it's just The Crumps. Okay? Everybody knows it. Ben Stiller did a series of movies, his character did, about the world hits a disaster, it's bathed in fire, and he makes a difference 6-7 times. And then instead of fire, they do ice. And he's got 2 little babies that he's got to care about or something. I don't know. I would never watch this movie if I were in this universe. Those movies are dumb. Anyway, moving on. The first one was awesome. Second one was okay, and then it just nosedived from there because they are making fun of Hollywood's propensity to just ride the thing and milk it dry until there's nothing left and it's completely soulless. Disney, I'm talking to you. Among others. Moving on. Now, Robert Downey Jr.'s character is a character actor in that he's full method, and what that means is he becomes his character. Well, they cast him to play a black guy in this movie, so he decides to go in for an operation and has his skin pigmentation darkened with a Chinese herbal formula called Zhengu Shui. It translates to evil bone water. This stuff stinks. Apparently he had this injected into his epidermis, or his dermis, and it shines through, so now he looks black. Yeah. Classy. See, what they're doing is they're making fun of people's necessity to do stupid things when it comes to your race so you can play a part. By the way, this movie is not woke. It really isn't. So, now I used to be an actor. I was an actor in high school and in college. I even worked on a few movies, okay? And a few television programs. Granted, I was an extra, and I tried out to be something of a speaking role, even if I was going to be speaking background, but all the same, okay? I have been on a set, on a location set, and oh boy, did they hit the nail on the head. Wow. Okay, now this is back when we were allowed to make fun of things, which is one of the reasons why I think it's on Amazon right now, so that, you know, we can remember the good times about what it was like when people didn't have everything in a twist about everything. But you know. So, I am planning on getting this, and yes, the movie does have a happy ending. They are in Vietnam. Now, the director tells them that he has rigged up the jungle to be their soundstage. Okay? That there's cameras everywhere. They're gonna use what's called a guerrilla filming style, which is we're gonna get whatever we can get. You know those ghost hunter documentaries and stuff like that where they're sitting in the whatever and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm so startled because I just saw something and we never see anything? It's kind of like that is the method he's going to use. Unfortunately, he never gets to employ it. So, the guy that they're basing the movie off of turns out to be a liar. Spoilers. Also, where the hell have you been? And it is Hollywood, man. So, they get captured by what are essentially descendants of the Viet Cong. Only these guys, you know, instead of going overthrow capitalism, whatnot, they're using the Turkish marching powder stuff. You know, Mr. Brownstone. You know what that is. I can't say the actual word here on YouTube. I will get in trouble. So they're making this stuff. And Ben Stiller's character played a guy who's, we'll say, handicapped mentally. That's the only movie these people have, and they absolutely love him in the role. So they capture him and force him to perform scenes from the movie. And if he doesn't, they'll kill him. So he's doing this, and his buddies sneak in. Meanwhile, he's gone full method. They rescue him, and the locals are very upset and also highly armed and belligerent. So he adopts this little kid there, names him his son, and he goes back for the little kid. The little kid comes out, and he's on his back going, yeah, 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 on him, throws the kid off, and then they blow a bridge, and they escape. The kid's fine, by the way. So if you want to see the way Hollywood people actually are, trust me, it's not overblown. That is real. They are that stuck on themselves. They have their heads that far up their own, and they are that stupid. Trust Trust me, I have been there, okay? Feel free to watch this one. Highly recommend it. I'm actually planning on getting it on DVD as soon as I can find it. So, that's about all I've got for you today. Been a pleasure. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Feel free to yell at me and call me names. I don't care. Also, check out my website, vimandvigorelli.com. Link is in the description. We've got books, merchandise, ghost stories. Halloween is coming up at time of recording. It's actually, well, today's the 15th, so halfway there, baby. Go ahead and check that out. All locations are in downtown Nashville. You do not necessarily have to be there. Could help, but I have checked out every single location. Also, I still do Chinese astrological readings. Okay? You do have to pay in advance. Just send me information. Everything's there. Okay? All right. So, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, too. Handle in the description. You take care. Bye-bye.